Okay. I think I am now safe. I think I think I am now safe. Okay. All right. So not sure what's happening, but went ahead and reset my settings on OBS. Now safe. Okay. All right. So not sure what's happening, but went ahead and reset my settings on OBS. Okay. So today is October. Oh, actually, November 5th. I'm gonna go over real quick. Okay, so just gonna go over yesterday's price action real quick, and then today's outlook. Actually, yesterday we did catch a long, but obviously it was paper trading. I caught a long because we were drawing lower right off the open, right off the morning open. We drew lower immediately. We swept these lows here. NQ did not. Uh, I mean, NQ swept previous Friday, and ES did not. That to me was SMT. And I also like how the 15-minute and the 1 hour closed right here. Uh, Once price drew down here, what I want to see if we continue drawing lower, then I would want to see price close. As you can see, after it closed here, we had these long close candles. Here we did not, and once I saw that, I realized that I noticed that it would likely draw into buy side liquidity up here in these highs, and it actually did. So yeah, it did end up drawing into buy side bearish, and the reason why I expected price to draw lower was because we had swept sell side and then we had swept buy side. We swept buy side. I knew that we were actually searching for sell side. Here we had already swept it, obviously, but as you can see here, we drew even lower because we did need to pick up a little bit more liquidity before price decided to draw higher and sweep buy side liquidity. Same, no SMT at the highs. There was SMT here between these relatively equal highs, but I didn't really trust that. Um, but again, once we drew into previous day low, we drew into that. So now this becomes today's drawn liquidity or sell side liquidity. On the daily, we also swept here. Uh, so again, going into the morning session, we did we did sweep sell side liquidity here at these lows here, um, and then we drew higher. Once we started drawing higher, I was looking at the 5 minute. On the 5 minute, I actually noticed a change in the state of delivery once closed above this order block here with this candle. Same thing here. We closed above, change in the state of delivery. We had not yet had market structure shift going into the 10 o'clock macro, but I did like these gaps here in the 5 minute. And as you can see here, price did retrace into 50% of the range here. Here it did not. The reason why this to me was 50% of the range and this to me was the low was because uh, ES, whenever you're drawing the retracement, you want to use the candles that have that started the thrust, the aggressive move, either higher or lower. Like in this area you actually use this high here as opposed to this high. You could use this high here, but I more so do that for uh, here covered into this new high here and this buy side liquidity. I did hold on to one more, but obviously, as you can see here, I think I took the stop around here. I did come back from the 11 o'clock macro, but I didn't like this right here. What I wanted to see was with this candle, I wanted to see it sweep this low, and obviously we did not. On the NQ, we also didn't have we also didn't get a sweep. I wanted a sweep of one of these lows, this either this low or this low, either on ES or NQ. That would have given me SMT, and then reason try to get long again or pyramid in again. But obviously we did not get that. In the afternoon, we once again came down to sweep sell side, and by that time this low and that low, the S was already it was gone. So I could have just deleted that. And as you can see here, price did sweep this low here, but previous day low of this area here, uh, but here we did not, right? So here we also left relative equal lows here. Once price did that, I knew that we were actually going from liquidity balance here. So same thing here, we did not sweep liquidity, but I knew that we would at least trade back into 50% of the range. And once price did that, what I started looking for was I actually started looking for prices to draw back up there. Once I saw this high and this low get drawn, traded it to 50% of the range, got long right around here, covered in these area here. The reason I didn't, I saw these relative equal highs here, but I wasn't comfortable holding up to this area here. Just like last week, same price action as last week. There was a similar move. I think it was a few, I think it was, yeah, it was just last week. I think it was this one. Uh, no, it wasn't that one. Uh, it was similar to this right here, but obviously here it sold off. There was another day, a couple of days ago, where price did this and then retraced back into 50% of the range, and then just kind of consolidated into the rest of the day. And that's exactly what happened. We had consolidation, but this move was very logical, getting along here after this high buy side, sell side was swept into a new high here. So pretty good day. Tape reading specific tape reading specifically because that's all I was doing. I wasn't necessarily looking to trade on a day like yesterday. Even though we did have some pretty good moves, there were PD arrays giving me all the confidence to take a day like yeah, in a day like yesterday. Let's go ahead and connect to data and see where we are today. Today I'm not gonna trade either. In fact, I'm just gonna tape read, see where price is going, and see if maybe there's some sort of opportunity. Let's see here. I can get rid of this. Oh, this stuff I can get rid of, except for this right here. Okay. Oh, and so the drawn liquidity for me is are still the lows. So I do want to see these highs get swept. High on either NQ or ES. And then I want these lows, as you can see, these lows here are relatively equal. So these to me are the drawn liquidity, whether it's today or going into tomorrow. But again, I do want to see the lows get swept before the highs, before price starts drawing back to the highs, because we are still in bullish order flow. I'm just going to leave this here like that. This is a weekly new week opening gap. I'll just leave that there. I also have this one up here. We also have another previous day high here. Uh, Previous week low. The reason why I have this previous week low here is because, as you can see, last week we actually had a pretty nice reaction off of that. We have a lot of consolidation here. Yep, we have a lot of consolidation here. So I have some gaps here. Let's start at the daily actually. The reason why I like this setup for a short is because on the daily, you can't see it here, but you can see it here. On the daily, we do have these candles here. And as you can see, this candle and this candle failed to break this Friday's low. That is two consecutive inside candles. And when you have candles like that, once price draws into this imbalance up here, I do expect price to immediately draw lower. When price has that, especially above 25% of the candle or below 24% of the candle, body candle, pretty good sign. Same as this right here. Inside candle within the high and low of this candle. And as you can see, the next day it had a pretty nice move. So I'm looking for the same thing here once these highs are swept. And we might get a pretty good opportunity there actually. And this one, as you can see, we already swept our low. So, I like this more so than I like this one. But again, I believe that with ES, we still the drawn liquidity are still these lows down here. Um, Let me just go ahead and okay. So we have two relative equal highs there. Um, I think NQ is going to sweep that high, but ES is not. Let's take a look at the 4 hour here. All right, not sure what happened. Once again, I'm having dips. Trying to remain as calm as possible. All right, so we have this relative equal high up here. I mean, this previous day high. We have this previous day high up here. And this one, I'm just going to get rid of this order block here. I don't really need it. Actually, they're both the same, so same price. We haven't yet swept the high here using this gap here. This is a 1 hour imbalance, but again, I do want to see I do want to see it sweep some sort of high. Um, like I said, same as this right here. Inside candle below this previous within this previous candle, pretty nice move after it swept this low here into this imbalance here. So I want to see price at least touch this imbalance here before it tries to reach these lows down here. Let's go to the 4 hour now. We swept south side, so we're looking for buy side now, which could be just this here after I swept this sell side here on the 4 hour. So buy side again. Same thing here. We swept sell side here, buy side here on the 4 hour. All right. We do have a 4 hour imbalance here, but I actually like this one better on the 1 hour. No imbalances here. Oh, we just swept buy side here as well. This is yesterday's intraday after low, afternoon high. So who knows? Um, we might only sweep that before we go back down to take off some more sell side. We swept that area now, so we're in sync at the moment. It appears so, because this right here is the same, the intraday afternoon high of yesterday as well, and we literally just took that off. Let's take a look at the 60-minute. We have, yep, this right here. We swept this 11 o'clock high. We swept this 12 o'clock high. So we did sweep the intraday afternoon high. Here we have not yet swept anything besides the um, afternoon low of yesterday. So to me right now, this is the drawn liquidity. Drawn liquidity is previous day high. If price is going to follow that 4 hour. So I would like to see price close above this maybe. But as you can see, there's no clear entry right now. Price is moving in an upwards direction. This might be a 5-minute, 15-minute setup here, but I don't see anything other than that. I have an order block here that price held on to, about 50% of this range right here. 50% of the range. Here with this high and this high, as you can see, there's SSD lows. And the objective just completed here. First objective, second objective, see if maybe gets draws into this high here. First objective, second objective, last objective up here. Let's take a look at the, yep, right here. So right off the open, that was a pretty good setup. And this low here did not sweep. Yep, right here. So This low did not sweep. This low did. That's yeah. Um, so we did PE arrays, bearish PD arrays that failed to even get above it. Here we actually closed way above this. So I would like to see maybe this right here, right there. Same thing here, closed above. It is protecting it. I mean, it is holding. Yeah, it is holding. Once it sweeps this high, I'll get rid of this gap here. So we do have a pulls of liquidity. Damn, this is actually a pretty good setup here. Let's take a look at the 5-minute. Yep, right here. Nope, it did not sweep these lows, but turtle soup entry right here into the 9 o'clock macro. For those highs up there. Pretty good setup actually. Uh, not pissed. I'm just kind of, I guess, if anything, I'm a little frustrated because I was having trouble trying to come live, come online. I don't know why my microphone wasn't working, but anyways, so we just reached the objective up here. Also reached the objective, but we're about to. So again, this area up here, this actually reminds me of a couple of weeks ago. Um, Not here. Is it here? Yeah, I think it is. No, no, it wasn't. As you can see here, it did not sweep this high. Here it did, and then eventually it drew lower. So that's the type of move I'm looking for here. Um, so I'm just watching for now, just watching to see what it does, what it wants to do. Because yeah, that's all I'm interested in really today. And I don't know the where it's at right now. It's like it's definitely something I want to look into, maybe getting short at. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take a real trade, but it's gonna be only one contract. I was actually looking to get long on and where's that right now? I actually want to get short now, but I'm not really interested in. Okay, so ES has still yet to sweep. Let's see. I think we are going to sweep that high here. I just as far as getting short in this area, I'm not really too sold on that. But we'll see. Wait, I think we just swept that. Yep, we just did. Okay, good. So we swept buy side here, but I want to see some sort of S&T at these highs. I think NQ has a lot better chance to drop to these highs up here. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. There's really nothing here that I like on the 1 hour. Nothing here either. Let's see how far higher it could go. So maybe up to here. One of the things I like about the fork is it does give you a sort of I do like standard deviations. Standard deviations are cool, but I like the fork because it gives me a better understanding as to where price is headed to and the time that it'll take for price to get there. As above, so below. So as you can see here, it did penetrate 25% of this fractal here, or extreme discount, and it failed to reach the low of the range down here. So as below, so above. So it could theoretically join to this area as high as this. So from here to maybe here, and then it could reverse, or it could draw up to this area up here, drawing into 50% of this range. Let's go ahead and draw that. So as high as up here, which does make sense, maybe going into tomorrow where it finally rejects. We just swept previous day high here, so now I'm open to maybe looking to see if we do draw some sort of SMT on the 15-minute, and then later on in the afternoon we draw lower. Uh, 4752. It missed this previous week low by 1 tick. Get rid of this. It's got a pretty big move. I don't see it drawn up to these areas up here. Let's take a look at the 15-minute again. We have plenty of imbalances now on the 5 and 15 and 1 minute. I can get rid of that. Previous day high, I'll still use those just in case. Imbalance here. Let's take a look at the 5 minute. Just like this day, this to me, this high and this low become the drawn liquidity. Same thing here. Not necessarily the drawn liquidity, but if price does decide to reverse here, then this area to me is the drawn liquidity. So what I want to see now is maybe some up and down moves, and then we get the draw lower into maybe the 11 o'clock macro or the afternoon session. Take a look at the 1 minute. Not really looking to trade it, but I want to see if maybe we see something else. This high and this low would be the only way for me to want to get short as long as it sweeps this low, but obviously that's not going to happen. But then again, it price does tend to act very erratically. Let's see here. We are kind of drawing. We drew a high here on ES. NQ, the 15-minute high is up here. 15-minute high on YM is right. I mean, ES is right here. So I want to see how the next candle appears. Do we get a displacement lower? Because if we do, then that could be SMT if the next candle sweeps the high here and here it doesn't. Okay, so here we drew into this 4-hour gap here. Here we did not. Now I want to see how price reacts here. Because now we have a range here. And this range here. Buy side, sell side, buy side, sell side. We'll see. Still drawing higher. Let's zoom out. if the displacement happens anywhere, then it has to happen here. If it gets closer, then I would expect price to reach for these highs up here as well. This new week opening gap didn't do anything. Same thing here, nothing. Oh, that's right. Let's. This gap is pretty big. Right there. There we go. 50% lands exactly in the middle of the gap there. We have this buy side liquidity, so we might I don't know, we might need to sweep this high as well here. But I do like that we already saw buy side here, so the only thing I'm looking for is just some sort of displacement. And if we get displacement, I don't want these lows to get swept. What I want to see is maybe displacement into 50% of the range, then some consolidation, then we get some sort of, and we continue drawing lower out of session. Uh, yeah, this is actually a pretty good setup here. But would have I taken it knowing? Yeah, I would have. I definitely would have taken this long. Uh, the reason why is because we already swept sell side yesterday. We did sweep a little sell side here, but what I want to see, what I wanted to see is I did not want to see sell side get swept anymore. At least not until after we sweep these highs. So the fact that we held these highs here, I mean these lows here into the open is actually pretty cool. So I definitely would have taken this. Not only that though, we do have a 1 hour order block here. I think it's between this high here. Price traded into not necessarily 50% of this range, but it traded into it and then drew higher. Here it actually did trade into 50% of this range. Uh, think it's somewhere here. Uh, right there. So this whole range here is the body of a candle, of a 1 hour candle, and it didn't even touch actually. So I probably would have turtle soup entry, taken a turtle soup entry in here. More specifically, though, I think I probably would have taken it on the 1 minute, because the 1 minute I did see something pretty nice here. Or was it on ES? Nope, it was actually in the 5 minute. My bad. Yeah, if you look at the 5 minute, you do have a gap here, draw into this area. So right now we're not really doing anything. We're just consolidating. We're building liquidity. Another minute and I call it. But I like how prices develop. Okay, so yeah, that's it for today. So my plan is to just continue watching price action. What I want to see again is maybe some consolidation going into the 11 o'clock macro. If maybe there's a 5 minute setup here, then I will be looking at a trade draw for a draw back into discount. Um, because we do have SMT at these highs. If there is no structure, then I won't be taking a trade at all. But again, this is the area where I do want to look to see if maybe we draw lower. And if I do take a trade, then it'll just be on one contract. I'm not looking to waste any money today, given the landscape. But yeah, again, I am looking to get short up here in these areas to seek these lows down here, and ultimately these lows down here in this area. All these lows I expect to get swept before the reversal up to these highs up here, which is eventually where I see price headed towards uh, on the weekly and monthly. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. I'll see you tomorrow.